Привет, comrades! Spang here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. I'm just kidding. I stopped doing my bad Russian accent a long time ago, and I have no intention of bringing it back. Although I do feel I've gotten better at it, but it is still a bad Russian accent. Here we have a Tier 5 match. Pretty much over half the team on each side are Tier 5s. And it is a standard battle on, what is this called? Siegfried Line, yes. So I am in my Churchill 1. This is actually quite an old replay, but I'm actually going to be bringing you guys quite a few of my older replays that I have yet to get to. I have actually several replays of my own, so you're going to see them intermixed with a lot of the replays you guys sent in. Currently right now, I think I have like 26 8.2 replays to get through, counting yours, mine, and others. And others typically referred to as, well, people like Tank 677, you know, my buddies. So I'm going to be trying to get through these as quickly as possible so I can actually get in the game of 8.3, calling attention right here to sector E6. The ping's not working in this replay file. A common error apparently in these replays. Now you will see me shooting these guys, getting a nice flanking position, a nice crossfire on the enemy push up the 0 line, certainly running into resistance from my team and just absolutely going to get demolished here. This game was quite interesting if I do recall correctly. And though it is quite old, I have to say this is at least from early December. So, quite a while back. Although, it could have been older, I suppose. The enemy team getting absolutely lit up. I got my first kill. My team is up by 3 now. I was going to say 2. Up by 4. The enemy team not looking too hot for themselves. And the one thing about the Churchill 1, good rate of fire, decent gun. I can't recall what its penetration is. I think it is 145 penetration and 135 average damage. So, and it has good armor for a Tier 5 tank. Certainly a bit more bouncy than the T1. So, I have to say, my Churchill 1, once I got the hang of it and I had it fully upgraded, I did enjoy it. The enemy team managing to close the gap just a little bit, and here I want to kind of engage these 2 Churchill 3s. The enemy team, but then I kind of think it a bit wiser that perhaps I back up and engage this Panzer IV on my flank. The enemy team certainly getting a surrounding position on my location, and my team quickly losing our advantage. We still are up by 1 tank, but that is not too much considering the enemy team making this swift comeback. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened on my team, but you never know exactly how a game's gonna go, I suppose. These Churchill 3s definitely a cause for concern. I know I have trouble getting through them, at least that is my experience, but they can get through me apparently. I was under the impression at the time of this match that the Churchill 3s had a difficulty getting through my frontal armor, and I was under the impression the Crusader would as well, but this Crusader is certainly becoming a concern. Me doing my best to angle my armor, and there we go, it paying off, bouncing that shot, but he's just shooting me right in my tracks and right for damage. I'm going to try and shoot him right there, but unfortunately I will miss. He very wisely backs off, and here I'm going to try and finish off a Churchill 3 if I can. But at the same time, I don't want to expose myself to that Crusader. The enemy team making a very impressive comeback. We are now down by 3 tanks, losing many of our heavy hitters. We are down to 4 Tier 5 tanks, and the enemy team has 6. Or is it 7? No, it is 6. And I want to get through this Churchill, but his armor is just too angled, so I'm waiting for a side shot or a more flat front shot. Both of those Churchill 3s, 1 shot for me right now. And our Crusader, well, our M3 Lee getting killed by that Crusader. And here I will do my best to eliminate this Churchill 3. Angling his front armor very wisely, but it proves to be of little use and simply allows me to kill him. Here I make the wise decision to repair my tracks. I will not sit there and let that Churchill 3 plank away at me. Very rapid rate of fire on those things. The Churchill 3, for those of you unaware, is the Tier 5 Premium Churchill. The Churchill 1 is the standard, and the Churchill 7 is the Tier 6. Yes, there are many Churchill tanks, but you've just got to choose wisely. Here we go, eliminating that other Churchill, closing the gap. It is down to 9 and 10. Only 1 tank difference between each team. Myself, and I believe that is a Churchill 3. Yes, it is. Managing to make an impressive comeback. Here, I'm kind of hoping that Panzer IV comes around the corner, but he seems to have lost his nerve and simply is engaging that Churchill 3, getting himself quite beat up over the fact and now backing off. Me thinking I'm just going to be aggressive here and go right after him. I will take a shot and get the eliminating kill. The enemy team moving on our capture point, but I'm not quite so sure I want to head back to the base just yet. I want to make sure my flank is secure. But here I spotted 3 of the enemy team over there. Both their tank destroyers and their M3 Lee are located in that direction. I'm not quite sure where their Wesp is, nor am I quite sure where their Martyr 2 is. I'm telling our Crusader, hey, go arty hunting. We need you to eliminate that Wesp because, frankly, I don't want to die to artillery. The Martyr 2 getting spotted right over there, so I suppose it wasn't... Yeah, the entire enemy team was up on that hill, I suppose. Now, a Stug 3, very big threat against me at this point. I am quite hurt and in no condition, sorry, to be taking him on. As you just see, I got lit up. The Churchill 3 kind of taking up some of the slack here, and I am going to do my best, bouncing a shot from that M3 Lee. Thank God. That will get me a Spartan medal. For those of you unaware, Spartan is be at 10% or less health and bounce a shell. Just bounced 2 right there from the M3. And hopefully I will be able to kill him. Nope, the Crusader will get the eliminating shot. And our team is up by 1 tank, but I am only at 4 HP. So here, trying to take advantage of the situation, the Stug 3 is preoccupied with the Churchill 3. And I will hit him for no damage, unfortunately. But I did track him, the Hetzer. I'm wanting to eliminate him as quickly as possible, getting kill number 6, earning me top gun. And me just going right along here, basically me and that Churchill 3 carrying the slack for most of our team. The Crusader doing his part as well, and also one of our M3 Lees having 2 kills. So between the 3 of us, well, the 4 of us, most of our team's kills. I live with 4 HP and got Spartan. Yeah. Very happy I lived. I'm sure our team could have handled it just fine if I was unfortunate enough to die, but I'm grateful it didn't happen. I'm looking at my tank, you know, the battle damage, just kind of reeling in the happiness that I did not die. Now, in the post-game stats, I do know that I took a total of 17 hits, not earning myself Steel Wall, if I recall correctly. I earned Spartan and Top Gun, but I simply did not take enough damage to actually get Steel Wall. For those of you not aware, Steel Wall, it has both a number of hits requirement as well as a amount of damage taken requirement. I said I think our light is AFK, and it certainly appears that way, simply due to the fact he's sitting on that hill and not helping me hunt artillery. The rest of our team moving towards the enemy's capture point. I may be at only 4 health, but I am fully capable of just finding that Wesp and trying to take him on. I mean, at this point, I feel rather secure in my team's ability to win this match. Now, talking about the post-game stats, I did take a total of, I can't recall how many shots. I think it was around 26, 20 hitting for, well, just hitting. And I believe 19 hit for penetration. So, not too shabby, definitely not sniper material. But my damage dealt was rather low, dealing under 2,000 damage, approximately 1,700 something. However, this match did prove very useful for me. I did earn Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, and getting myself, like I said, I just managed to survive and earning myself a good number of credits, over 37,000, and earning myself a good deal of experience, over 1,800, close to 1,900. So, and that is with premium. Still, a very impressive amount, especially for a tier 5. And it's simply because, you know, even no matter how bad things looked for me and my team, I never gave up. I always fight until the end and do my best to survive, even with how unlikely the circumstances may seem. And I suppose it goes back to that quote by Winston Churchill, the man this tank is named for, who said, never, never, never give up. And I never give up. So, yes, it paid off. You know, sometimes just backing away for a brief moment to let your tank, you know, let the enemy team kind of forget you might be there, and just taking a bit of time to really back away. Now, this Wesp, completely unaware. I'm not sure if he's AFK or what have you. Maybe he just wants to look cool in death. But letting me kill him, I will get kill number 7 right here with 4 HP. My team on the capture point. We solidified our victory managing to win by 4 tanks when earlier on, well, this game really was back and forth. My team initially having that great advantage, then losing it, and then falling behind significantly. They're managing to come back, so it was just a comeback after a comeback after a comeback. And it really made for an interesting game. Certainly, my team would not have won without me at 7 kills. It's hard to argue that I wasn't a valued team member, and certainly Mastery Badge Ace Tanker proves that. But like I said, this has been the continuation in my flood of gameplay commentaries that will be coming out in the next week or so, simply trying to get through all the 8.2 games. And there are a few more Churchill games you will see, so just look forward to it, I suppose. But anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And as always, if you got a replay, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. Email is in the description. This has been Spang, and I am signing off.